Hello class 11 students. We have seen that even with the arrival of the train, Sir Mohan Lal is not at all very you know, he is very calm in that way, as it said that it does disturb some from. That is, he does not hurry to board the train because he feels that hurrying, excitement, all these don't show that he's properly educated and he's eminently well bred. And then we find that he also loves, he's also fond of conversation and can speak on any subject just like an Englishman. And his English, he has adopted the English ways in such a way that he can, or rather we would say that he has trained himself to speak exactly like an English person. And his he very rarely spoke in his mother tongue, and whenever he spoke, it's it's in anglicized Hindustani. And then we find that he kind of never showed any eagerness to speak to any English person, though deep within he was always very eager to start a conversation with an Englishman. And since that area was a cantonment, that is a place where military officials lived, so he was expecting some English people to be there. But he would always go about his business in a matter-of-fact way and take his seat at the corner with he would start doing the crossword puzzle in the newspaper, but in such a way so that the name of the newspaper, that's the Times, is visible. The Times always attracted attention. Sometimes the Times always attracted attention. Someone would like to borrow it when he put it aside with a gesture signifying, "I have finished it." So he would, just read it and keep it aside, and to give the impression that he has finished it, and if anybody wants, can read it. Perhaps someone would recognize his balliol tie. We have already spoken about the balliol tie because it has that Oxford University emblem on it, which he always wore by traveling. Then he would that would open a vista leading to the fairy land of Oxford colleges, masters, dons, tutors, boat races and rubber matches. So we can understand that he very fondly remembers his Oxford days and all the things that he did there. If both the Times and the tie failed, Mr. Mohan would coy his bearer to get the Scotch out. So whiskey never failed with Englishmen. So if he was unable to attract the attention of an Englishman with the Times and the balliol tie, then he would ask the bearer for whiskey. So whiskey was something which would never fail an Englishman. They would always be attracted to it. Then followed Sir Mohan's handsome gold cigarette case filled with English cigarettes. English cigarettes in India? How on earth did he get them? Sure, he didn't mind, and Sir Mohan's understanding smile, of course he didn't. So anybody who would see English cigarettes in India, that was another way of attracting attention. But could he use the Englishman as a medium to commune with his dear old England? So dear old England. So everything English was very dear to him. Those 5 years of grey bags and gowns, of sports blazers and mixed doubles. Mixed doubles means the matches, he's talking about the matches. Of dinners at inns of the court where he used to have dinners, and nights at Piccadilly. That is the nightlife that he used to enjoy. 5 years of crowded, glorious life. So that 5 years of his life at Oxford was the best, and it captured his whole imagination, and it was the world he would always be in. Worth more than 45 years in India with his dirty, vulgar countrymen. See all the adjectives that is being used. Dirty, vulgar countrymen with sordid details. Sordid means dirty. So India is a very dirty place, according to him. Sordid details of the road to success. Of nocturnal visit. Nocturnal is night. Visits to the upper story and the obese old Lakshmi. Obese means since he kind of hated his wife because she was not means she was fat. Obese means very fat, smelling of sweat and raw onions. So according to him, his wife was like an obese lady who used to smell sweat and raw onions. So that means that he had no respect neither for his country, neither for the culture, neither for his Indian culture or his wife. He hated everything Indian. Sir Mohan's thoughts were disturbed by a bearer announcing the installation of the Sahib's luggage in the first class coupe next to the engine. Sir Mohan walked to his coupe with studied gait. He was dismayed. The compartment was empty. With a sigh, he sat down in a corner and opened the copy of the Times he had read several times before. So what did he do? When he was thinking about, he was remembering his days at Oxford University. At that time, this bearer came in and said that, sir, your luggage has been kept in the first class coupe, then now you can go and board the train. So when he boarded the train, he was very unhappy that there was no Englishman, and it was an empty compartment. And it says that he went towards the train in a studied gait. Studied gait means he was very conscious even while walking that he should project himself exactly like an Englishman. So he was very upset that the compartment was empty. So he started reading the Times, which he had read several times before. We stop here today. We'll do the last part in the next class.